Well, I gotta change my road. This is an oil lease road, but I also use it to access my pastures. And it comes down here, it turns, it goes off over to this oil well, then turns and goes over there, and then turns, goes up the hill. But I have no access to this grass here. My fence came over there around the oil well and went around here. So I got this little square here that's grass that I could never use. So I've been talking with the oil companies and everybody, and we had this idea to drop a cattle guard here, change the road out straight and turn and just go up the hill. And then the person that checks this well can just go over the cattle guard, check the well, come back out. So most of the oil traffic will go straight on, make one turn, and go that way. So I'll show you what I did to this cattle guard and show you setting it. I can feel it. That thing's heavy. I couldn't pick this thing up with the Kubota. So it's over 2,500 pounds. Just kind of put along, taking axe and snow. Take a half hour to get there, that's okay. Ooh, hitting the fence post. A little too big to fit in the door. Okay, from outside of this pipe to the outside of the pipe over there on that side is 18 feet. It's a little under actually, but that is way more than enough to get a vehicle through. That's all I need is get a pickup through this thing, you know, full-size pickup. So yeah, I'm gonna cut that off from here out on all of these. By cutting all these off in here, that'll eliminate this junk, which I got to rebuild anyway. And then I can build it here, which will put the stress right over this main pipe when I redo that. This pipe is completely broke out. I take it you're helping today. Yep, definitely wise using a straight edge. I don't know why I thought I could measure that. That actually makes it look better already. Because I was going to start making this hoopy doodad up and over, but then I realized that I probably should fix that broken pipe out there in the middle first. That way, you know, if things bend and twist a little bit when I do that, it won't affect this guard here on the side, this rail. So I think I'm going to put a bottle jack under a pipe and see if I can lift that up a little bit. This is where I'm at. I got, ooh, it's warm. Imagine that. I got a pass of 60-10 under there and then came uphill with a pass of 70-18. As you can see, I was pretty hot. It's undercutting, but I had to go that high on the welder because I just have to burn through all this crap that is in this pipe. This is a really, really crappy pipe. Now let's take a look at my crappy welds here. That's what the slag's still on. It's my 2 cap passes. So I'm pretty happy with it. As you can see, some junk boiled up right there. So still getting crap boiling up through those welds, even after all them passes and all that grinding. But they look decent. I did go uphill, in case it's not obvious on camera. I can hear it now. Someone's going to ask, why on earth did I use the tractor to lift up the cattle guard instead of my crane? Well, I don't have the headspace. By the time you figure out how tall that grapple fork is and the bucket is and all that, it won't fit in there at all. I can barely get the crane in there. However, I did have a dumb thought. Now that I cut these ends off, if I had gone through and cut the ends off on that side, I could have put this cattle guard in the shop and worked on it in here. Oh well, hindsight is 40-40 or something like that. It is now 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock sounds like quitting time to me on a Sunday. I got other videos to work on, and honestly, I feel like going for a walk out in the pastures. I mean, you know, it looks very inviting to go out there and roam around for the afternoon. That's what I like doing with my time off. Alright, we'll see you tomorrow. I even shaved for you guys since it's Monday. Start off the work week. I'm working for myself again today on this cattle guard. And my helper is already here waiting on me this morning. But then you can take your little ends that you cut off, weld them together this way, and have ornamental art that you could throw out behind your car. I went through and saddled all these ends first because it's easier to reference off of a saddle, you know what I'm saying, than it is to try to get your saddle right to the end.
1, 2,
I don't know if I'm saying that right.
45.5.
Once your saddle's cut, you can measure from the saddle to the other end, because this end's going to be straight, and I'm just going to squish it. So, cutting that off straight I can do anywhere. Making a saddle, you got to have the right distance. If you've ever done that, you know what I'm talking about. Well, my plan was to squish the other end of these pipes, but after setting it in there, there's almost no gap over here. I mean, almost probably 1/4 inch on the very gappiest part of that, you know what I'm saying? That's nothing to fill in with the MIG welder. So, and I want to leave a little bit over here on these ends so water can get out anyway. I think I'm just going to set them on there and weld them in place like that. I don't see any reason why I should. I'm really not going to show a whole lot of setting this cattle guard, but came in with the loader tractor across the road this way, made a flat spot, or flat-ish spot, not perfect, not the best dirt worker in the world, and anyway, I'm just going to chain onto the cattle guard and just drag it across behind the tractor. Ready for this? Yeah. We lived! Hooray! We're in a little mound right there, but I think I'm gonna let the oil traffic go over this for a few days. Then I'll probably bring in some more shale and maybe some sand on top of that. Try to get a nice ramp built up, but we'll just end this video here. You all get the idea. So there's the quick little repair. I gotta head off that way with the fence, head off that way with the fence.